I thought it might be fun to do some Call of Duty World at War multiplayer on Xbox Series X. So yeah, let's jump into, I guess, a couple of matches just to show it off in action. And there is also like a full review of the whole game if you want to see that as well as a separate video. But yeah, this is mostly just multiplayer focused, just to show it off. Because, you know, it is kind of a fun thing. Coming off the heels of basically Call of Duty 4, that Treyarch kind of followed in the same direction, taking the engine, the improvements, and basically just putting it into a, well, World War II sort of skin, some might say, but they also did some wildly different things with it as well, just in terms of, you know, kind of the setting, the themes, the theaters of war, and the conflict. It was always very cool in that regard, and a very different multiplayer too, with higher prestige levels. It was basically the same sort of prestige and custom class creation, but obviously adapted for a, you know, World War II type setting. And then on top of that, like I mentioned, I think it was like 65 level prestige, which was a big deal. Gave you something else to work towards, and some different kill streaks, and some different options, and new challenges, and of course different maps. And it's actually kind of a little bit surprising that we don't get more of these maps really brought back. You know, it's mostly just like later on Black Ops maps that find themselves in the later Black Ops titles, even though this is basically, you know, kind of a precursor to that, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's still a lot of fun, and it's really cool that I'm actually playing in a war match. All the dogs are so savage at this. Yeah, like I said, I was kind of like, oh, let's see what we can get. There's a few, very, very few lobbies that you can jump into, and even fewer that don't have, you know, some other issues with like cheaters and stuff. But if you can actually get in here and play it, it's, you know, it's still a pretty fun game. It's still quite an enjoyable offering, that's for sure. And it's just really neat that this experience even still is something you can enjoy. Like looking at, I don't know what prestige I was, 7th or something like that, I think. I'm not entirely sure. But if you're not familiar with War, the idea is it's kind of a momentum-based game mode. You're pushing, you're taking positions, working across a map. Very, very similar to like Call of Duty 3's offering, where you're, you know, kind of pushing positions back and forth, which I always found to be quite an interesting time for sure, and an enjoyable one at that. So War was usually what I played. War and Search and Destroy. A little bit of hardcore on this one too. I had a pal I was playing with at the time that really liked, you know, the hardcore shooter angle. So that's kind of what we did. A bit of Final Fight into regulation. Oh, this is about to get real here. Like, it doesn't even have like a level or anything. Maybe it's cheating, I don't know. But anyways, let's get in there and try to battle and win. Taking the round hut. I remember this was a bonus map because they had Makin, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. They had the night version. And then they did a freebie map that was the day version. I believe that's what it was, because the actual map itself, multiplayer-wise, takes place during the night, right? The campaign level that this is kind of lifted off of. And then they gave us this version at some point, which was cool. And this did have a few DLC maps, and those all had like a zombies level in them, alongside some multiplayer maps. And I actually didn't buy all of the DLC for this one. I was missing, well, only one, but I was missing the one with Verruckt in it, so I never actually got to experience, well, those matches and stuff, or multiplayer and that, which is a bit odd, because, you know, big on COD over the years, so it's kind of weird to be, like, missing, you know, I'm missing some DLC here or there. Like I said, this one, like, I was really into Call of Duty 4, so this one didn't really capture my love to the degree that, you know, the later one did. Maybe I should change, like, class, the Thompson. I don't really have too many custom classes set up, I don't think. It was, like, literally just the MP40 that I kind of rock on this. Thought I had one with the M44, but I might have prestiged and lost it or something. A little 34% in the prestige, so, you know, I was working through it a bit. But it was basically like, you know, just literally a reskin. I think they differentiate, you know, the games a little bit more nowadays. I mean, you know, COD's COD, right? Like, it feels the same, but, you know, I think they go to greater lengths to differentiate the look of Modern Warfare, the look of the Black Ops series, the, well, whatever Sledgehammer does every now and then. Oh, the dogs are so intense. I think we've only, like, I don't think we've had very specifically dogs since. I know there's been, like, variations of the dogs, but I don't think quite to the widespread insanity that they were in World at War, which is kind of wild. Kind of cool just to be playing this, though. And it doesn't really seem like people are cheating. Like, it seems like people are legitimately actually just playing the match and having fun, which is really awesome. You know, it's such a treat to be able to, you know, and enjoy these older experiences, you know, all these years later. Because it's still, it's a good game, you know, it's still a fun time. Still definitely enjoyable. It seems like they're going more for kills than flag capturing, so I'm going to try to get this, see if I can win this match or not. So like I mentioned, you know, it's all momentum based, so it's basically like, you know, you're essentially trying to capture a position, then you push to another position, then you push to another position. Or they try, it's like a tug of war. That's the best way to describe it. And like I said, Call of Duty 3 is where I really remember the war mode, and then it kind of brought back here. And then they've sort of like evolved and changed war over the years, just in terms of what the mode is in different Call of Duties. Like, you know, Call of Duty World War II had a war, but that was more of like a team-based pushing system, if that makes sense. You know, they were kind of trying to progress along a different area, so kind of in the spirit of war, but not the same. These guys are really killing us. Jeez, they are crazy positive. But good for them. But yeah, like I was saying, it was just a very, very different time, and I would love to, you know, be doing Call of Duty 3, but I can never get that one working multiplayer-wise. God, I love that title. The doggos are coming. They're hard to take on, the dogs. I think that's why they give you a 3 XP per dog kill. Because the dogs are vicious. Terrifying enemies. I wonder why I have the silencer on. I think it's because I played so much like search and destroy in this one. I believe that's why I typically rocked the silencer, was for that advantage when you're competing in multiplayer. You know, multiplayer search and destroy. Trying to be tactical, trying to be sneaky, and making my way through the environment. You know, I gotta say, I'm doing alright since it's been quite a while. I mean, the COD games are all similar, but this one is super weird, and I joined a progress to, make a match where things were already not going well. Oh, it's a draw. Okay, that's fine with me then. Although I feel like we lost because we got killed so much more. But let's jump into another match here, I guess, and just show off another game in action. It's kind of just nice to have this available, and that we could keep playing this really cool game. Here we go. So this is, oh, I really like this castle map. It was so cool and distinct. It would be neat if they were able to bring this back at some point too. And you know, they might have, and I just might not be thinking of it. Some of the maps in later Call of Duty games. Jeez, that guy really connected with me. And this game is also very vicious, just in terms of, like, you know, the graphic gore and the violence of it. It was really intense. And it felt visceral, and it felt wildly action-packed, but yeah, I like this level, because I think the Cliffside, I think Cliffside came back in an early one. I'm trying to think of another map, you know, that they keep bringing back. I think there's a few, maybe. I know earlier I was like, oh, they should bring back more of these. And, you know, actually I do think some of these World at War maps that have been sitting there a while could also do well in the newer ones. Momentum! I've got artillery, but I can't move, and I'm gonna get shot in the back. Yep. I gotta say, I forgot how how intense, oh god damn it, that sniper thing. How intense the stun grenades and stuff are in this one, or the gas grenades. I was kind of hoping the artillery would be doing more damage. Oh, this trench gun's a little bit to get used to there, eh? See, they're flanking around here. I think we also played a ton of headquarters. Yeah, I was huge on headquarters back in the day. But I can't remember if that was the case. Seems like war has kind of survived. I feel like war was more what I leaned on in this one for my top 3 days. But yeah, lots of headquarters was the thing. Head cool tooth. Now I'm doing alright. Ah, those guns, they shoot so weird in those. Oh wow, that's a good one. Yeah, the castle map was also really cool for search. Just due to how it kind of had you moving around. Blitzkrieg. But sometimes, you know, these maps, they could really get down to a bit of a standstill where people are just not, you know, capturing it either way, and I always thought that was kind of intense. Just really cool to be back in here. Are they airstriking this part of the map? That's weird. Is that to, like, prevent flanking or something? Oh yeah, I keep forgetting they've got like constant UAVs and stuff on, right? The flamethrower! In the second layer of the castle. Such a different time. I hear the dogs. Oh, the dogs were terrifying. Thank you for the support, whoever shot that shotgun, I guess. See, we've lost that flag position, so now they're gonna be just roaring by us. Really, the bouncing Betty? Oh, the dog got held the Betty. So now we're pushed back, and they're gonna try to push us back. That's why war is just so great, you know. Just a game mode of constant back and forth action. Yeah, you know, I think I had a lot of hours of, you know, back and forth play on this one when it released, just doing war mode, trying to defend and attack on these objectives. Good times. You get some really aggressive tug of wars going on here. Damn, that guy's kind of intense with that thing. It is cool that so many of these CODs have like such a hardcore player base behind them though. Oh, you know I was there. Is this guy still up here? Now the artillery strike is crazy. Send out the dogs. I hate how you lose your artillery though if you get dogs. Then again, the dogs are more effective anyways. I'm just trying to hold this off a little bit for us. Get him, doggos! Good boys. Nom nom nom, boys. Capture that flag well there. Ooh! Nice triple on the Ultradome layer. Yeah, but this level is also kind of strikingly beautiful at its time too. I know it's got this ultra gritty sort of look to it, and the buildings, they seem a little bit more like old and plasticky to some degree, I think you might say fairly. But, you know, they still got like this nice grit, and then there's this fine-tuned level of beauty to it with the, you know, the trees, and yeah, it's got this nice sort of look to it. This map was always very, very neat. Then you gain that momentum and you try to like cap the flags faster. It's actually really cool because it can be hard to, you know, fight back once the other team starts getting those positions. It could be a real issue. Really? Artillery's not available? Unbelievable. Yeah, this kicking FG-42 though. I wonder if they count. I think they actually counted accuracy in this one. It's kind of funny, but it doesn't really matter nowadays, I guess. How did he get me? What? Get out of here. You couldn't even see his head or anything. We lost that? Seriously? Nah, you lose all your momentum. It's a big thing. Look at me, 42 and 17. Woof! Man, better now than I was back in the day. Oh, the PPSH. What a lovely weapon. You know, it's crazy in COD all these years later, still using the same weapons, same tools. They just shoot a little bit differently and handle a little bit differently. Wow, this is actually super powerful. Is it better than the MP40? That's a good question. You actually like hide in the grass and stuff. Post-ended game? Really? We were competing so well. I think that's a win for us though, and it was fun to dive back into the Call of Duty World at War action, that's for sure.